starting a little late in the job here, but hopefully I can help you guys out. Running low on storage on my phone, so it's gonna be super quick. I think the first things I did was take off this heat shield. It's down there like that. One nut right there where my thumb is. 2 clips on the back. After that, took out this pipe, like the blow-off pipe or whatever, to relieve pressure from the turbo. This end goes in the turbo. It's an O-ring, don't drop it. And then the end goes in here. There's also a little, this end that goes in the turbo is held in by a nut and it bolts down to hold it in there. I'm not sure where that went, so hopefully I didn't lose it, but anyways, oh yeah, it's over there. Okay. You did that. You did that. PCV system, part of it, I don't know. Bolts into this down tube right here. So the air goes like this and then into the turbo. From there, I think I took out these 4 bolts on the exhaust manifold, and then this bolts into the turbo. This also bolts in the turbo, just the exhaust. 3 bolts on this thing here. Soak all of those in WD-40. It makes a huge difference. You know, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, but it definitely does here. Way back in there, if you want to move the exhaust, see that bolt right there? Undo that. The turbo actually mounts to this right there. It kind of supports it from the bottom. It supports from the bottom of the turbo. And then just unbolt this. This mounts the exhaust. See, I can't move it right now, but you unbolt this, you can kind of push the exhaust, and it seems like it can kind of hang there for a little bit. You know, use your best judgment, but it should be fine. I think from there, I got the turbo out. The turbo has some of these guys on it. There's 2 of these, two coolant, obviously ports to keep the turbo to reasonable temperature, and then there's a lubrication. This one's the oil. You unscrew this by the oil pan. There's also a little hose, like a tiny little piece of rubber hose that, you know, kind of goes to the oil pan. I think that's also a PCV system. Yeah, this is like right above the oil filter, these 2. So I think that's pretty much it for turbo. Like, feel free to ask questions in the comments, and I'll try to get to those. So now we're at the water pump right here, and then there's like this cap on here. This little thing goes on, goes right here, and that the U bends around, and then there's this pipe. So this pipe basically sits like that. And it mounts, you know, just follow the pipe, but it mounts over here somewhere, you know, and then right there, which I think is on the, yeah, it's that nut right there, which I put back in so I didn't lose it, but yeah, it bolts into that cap or whatever for the water pump. So, in word to the wise, or word, I don't know, lesson learned here, I ended up taking this U off, not really knowing what it was doing. I didn't know it was like a U. But yeah, just leave that on there. Just take off the top one so you can remove that pipe I was just talking about. Next, I pulled this out of there. This pipe used to go right there. You can just yank it out. It has enough play. I didn't see any mounting points anywhere close, so I figured I was good to just kind of yank it out. Came right out, probably fine. So now I'm in the process of, I think these are T30s. You know, don't take my word for that, but I've started going around and unscrewing them. Looks like I'm gonna need to remove the exhaust manifold to get back there, so that's where I'm at right now. Hopefully this helped. Just for the record, I think you're gonna have to remove this yoke to remove the power steering pump to get to wherever this actually mounts on. This is just like the cap, you know, and then this is like the water pump back here. This is what holds like the fan, or the blade, I guess. So yeah, anyways, good luck with that. Hopefully there's a part 2 coming soon. Like I said, if there's any questions, sorry I kind of went fast and jumped all over the place towards the end, but hopefully you got the gist, and yeah, I'll try to answer questions.